Cannabis and coconut, let's infuse. First step when infusing coconut oil, make sure you decarboxylate all of your product. Make sure that no matter what type of infusion you do make sure you decarboxylate. There's a big part of science that's involved in there, some 200 IQ thinking where you remove a carbon atom from the molecule chain, making the THCA active into THC. Very important, so if you don't do that, you're really missing out. But beyond that, after you have done your decarboxylation at 220 degrees or 200 degrees for about a half hour, you'll find your product done and decarboxylated. And at that point, you're pretty much good to go. So we're going to be ready to mix it once it's good. But I'm just talking here because I'm waiting for my decarboxylation to stop while I'm still talking to you on camera and at the same time getting back on cam. Ugh, tough. Buy some shirts. No, don't buy shirts. Now, there are a number of different ways to decarb. The main way that I find the most useful for most people is aluminum foil with a oven bag around it. If you do want to opt for the better solution, you do have the decarboxylator system from Magical Butter, which is about 50-60 bucks, and then you can have your thermometer in there and your silicone and all that. But regardless, we're not making that for these guys here. We're going to be making it on the low budget, and we got this right here, aluminum foil instead of a turkey bag, oven bag, and we have done our decarboxylating and we are ready to go. We're going to be doing a coconut oil infusion with 2 cups of coconut oil as well as 1 ounce of botanicals. This will take you to a bunch of different places depending on where you're trying to go, depending on where you're going for topical salves, even long-term edibles or all that stuff. So we'll be going into that right now. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel as well as Puffin Planet, because I'm sure this is mostly on Puffin Planet at this point, but still, I'm still getting used to it. So subscribe to both YouTube and Puffin Planet. They're in the top corners. I swear, they're there. Now, once you're done decarbing, you're ready to pull it out, you're ready to put it in, you're pretty much just waiting. Again, 2 hours if you're going for butter, but we're going 1 hour right here, so we're going for the coconut oil, 1 hour oil. Let's get into it. 160 degrees. Now your botanicals are done decarboxylating. You got your coconut oil ready. You got your sunflower lecithin. You got your machine out and ready to go. Only thing you got to do, pull off the top and plug her in. Ready to go. Pretty much other than that, pour her up. Realistically, the way I'm going to start is with the botanicals, and then we're going to go with the oil, and then we're going to go with the lecithin on top of that. So that's the order I'm going in. Go with whatever order you want to go with, but regardless, that's the way I went. So we'll come back in a couple seconds. Make sure you get all of it. Don't forget any of it if you can. Thing about the aluminum foil is that some of it will stick to the edges, so you gotta just kind of ruffle the feathers. Once you have your botanicals in, the magical butter, you're ready to pour your coconut oil. You got your 2 cups at least. You have to have a minimum of 2 cups. If you don't have 2 cups, then it is not going to work. It's going to malfunction. That's what they say. So make sure you got 2 cups. And if you don't have 2 cups, make sure you got 2 cups, at least 2 cups. So, yep, that is where we're at. We're just getting everything out of here now. And then we're going to pour in our sunflower lecithin. Now, they recommend 1 tablespoon per cup, so we're going to be fairly generous here with the tablespoons because they're not teaspoons, but we're going to just eyeball it here. And it is some pretty thick, goopy stuff. You don't need too much of it. Just enough to bind everything together with the fat and the whatever. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know everything, but I do say that what the internet has been telling me. Once you have your sunflower lecithin in your magical butter and not soy, because most people are allergic to soy, I guess, you're gonna throw the top on, and from that, make sure she's plugged in. And you're gonna not have to do too much other than just go for 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So once you plug her in, bam. You want to pick a setting. You want to go 160. Just like 2 settings up. Oil. Up. And then you just hold the button. Now you're going to have to give your magical butter about an hour to infuse. And from there we'll be back. You got 2 options when it comes to magical butter filter press. Or you got the magical butter filter bag. Either way, they will work. We're going to be going through the filter bag maybe. Or the other one. But either way, there's a way to do it. And once your infusion's done, it'll start beeping, and it'll stop beeping after about 2 minutes. So if you didn't hear it over the 2 minutes, it'll just stop and it'll start cooling down. It's not gonna stay heating while you're finishing up your infusion. Now you have 2 options. Either you have the magic glove and the 190 micron screen magical butter bag. So you have two options, either that or you have your mason jar and your magical butter filter press. We're gonna go with that today because that's just a little bit easier. You don't have to transfer it and don't really lose anything other than just having a big jar. Make sure you got the right size, especially when you got a magical butter. You're gonna have to have at least 2 cups of whatever oil you're gonna be infusing. So make sure that if it's less, then you're gonna go through some crock pot or some other method, maybe a Levo if you have one of those. We don't have one yet, but maybe we'll get one and we'll go through some videos on that. But now let's get to pouring. First step is to take off the top, which will have some bits and pieces. Realistically, I'm gonna be right back. Now when pouring, make sure you have a rubber spatula on hand for the second round when you have to kind of clean out the bottom, and you're gonna let it sit for a bit. You could press it right away. The hotter it is, the better. Time to push. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, this filter press is awesome. Way better. You don't even want to deal with that bag after you get one of these filter presses. I had wasted so much time. This is, oh my God, this just looks so satisfying. After all the time I've spent squeezing bags and cheesecloth, this is a godsend. Wow. Now I'm gonna give it some weight. Didn't really lose much. Just under 2 cups. I absolutely love this filter press. All right. Shake her up a bit. We'll be throwing the magical filter press into the dishwasher, but beyond that, we're still kind of getting as much as we can out of here. I'm actually amazed by how much I've actually been able to squeeze out. Plant matter does not want to be very forgiving of letting go of its coconut oil, but the filter press presses it all out. So now that we're done, we just unscrew the top. See how we're looking on the bottom? Oh, there's still a lot dripping. So we'll just give it a couple minutes just sitting on the side here. Now there's still a bunch of goodness in here, but very difficult to get. Yeah, it's pretty much all washed now. So when it comes to cleaning the magical filter press, we're gonna be throwing it in our dishwasher, but hot water, soap, all that good stuff will clean it up just fine. Once you have done all your filter pressing, you'll want to take off your top, shake it a bit, and you'll be able to reuse this product for some type of lower potency batch of whatever you want to make. A lot of salves would be good with this, mainly because it would still have a lot of the botanical properties that the THC has already been infused out of, so you'll still get some of those things that I am not qualified to know about, but I would point you in the right direction by looking that up on Google. So thanks again for checking out the video. When it comes to cleaning the magical butter, there's no device that's easier. All you have to do after you're done with your infusion cycle and emptying out your product into whatever type of saving mason jar container that you have, you're gonna wanna take your magical butter base and you're gonna wanna fill it up with some water and some soap. You're gonna wanna do a little bit of a wash before we do the actual cleaning cycle, but we're gonna get into that now. Let's go. Now, because there are electric components within the magical butter, you can't really submerge it in water for either the base nor the top, so you want to do as much as you can with paper towels and wipe it down just to get any of the residuals off of the seal right here. This is the biggest place where you'll have buildup right on that lip that connects the top to the base. We're just doing a wiping, getting as much as we can. We're still doing a cleaning. We have our water and soap filled up in our magical butter. We're just wiping down all of this so we don't have any plant matter just left over after the cleaning. Trying the best we can to wipe it down as much as possible. Coconut oil is a mess and really malleable, pliable. I don't know what the word is. Viscous, I think? I don't know. Either way, still wiping down. Get everything all around. This is our first wipe. We're gonna go for 2 wipes just to make sure that we get everything that we possibly can off. Go for a sanitizing wipe, try to get whatever I can off. Already got some plant matter building its way into the silicone gasket, so make sure you get as much as you can wherever you need to get it. All right, now we got that wiped down. Just wipe down the thermostat as well as everything possible. Now last wipe here, guys. Bear with me, I apologize, but cleaning is probably one of the things that most people that make these videos struggle on giving you the full details on. So that's what we do here. And once you've wiped it down completely, you are good to throw the top on your base magical butter. And make sure she's plugged in. Once you have the top on, you'll have a bit of a sound going. You can't heat it up while you're cleaning it, but generally it's gonna make some noise. And we'll be back. And once you start hearing the beeping, you're gonna wanna take the top off. It'll stop beeping and you're pretty much good to rinse out, wipe, and then put away. We're gonna do that in just a second. We gotta get this water out. So now while you're rinsing, make sure you use 2 hands. The one piece of this device that may go faulty if you don't have proper balancing of the weight is the handle. The handle is probably the most plastic piece out of the whole thing, but it has all the electronics in it. So you wanna make sure that when you're washing it, rinsing it out, whatever you're doing, you're using 2 hands on it and you're keeping all weight pressure off of this handle. Very important. Once you have done all the rinsing, you're gonna wanna take some paper towels and give her a good drying. As I said, don't put too much pressure on this handle. Won't be good for you. It did take me like 3 years to end up breaking it the first time, so you don't have to make the mistake like I did. Make sure you get a good wiping in. Get everything you can get off. Once you're done with the base, we're gonna go for the top. Pretty simple, straightforward. Thanks guys for watching this video. If you have any questions, put a comment in the comments below. And beyond that, check out some of these tapestries, some of these t-shirts, some of these desk mats, and help support the channel because it is completely demonetized and it's not fun for me or for you because it holds back the content that we could be making. Plus, at the same time, it makes it more difficult for me to even want to make content sometimes. But in general, check out the Puffco t-shirts or any of our 3D prints on our Puffco Etsy page. And beyond that, don't forget to smash that like button to this channel, YouTube TV, as well as Puffin Planet. If you don't know that there's a difference now, there is. That's because YouTube completely demonetized my main channel. So now we really had to go forward and remove all of our dab content, which was putting our channel in harm's way. We still haven't heard anything back, but I appreciate all you guys checking out this video. Thanks for hanging. If you have any other questions, put them in the comments below. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Turpy Thursday will be back on at some point, and it will be over at Puffin Planet because it seems to be another factor that's demonetizing YouTube TV. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thanks for watching till the end. Stay elevated, and peace out.